What's up, Falcon fans and non-Falcon fans, on today's episode of Falcon Cave, where hopefully today's episode will be a fun one for you guys to listen to. So I'm going to be discussing 3 scenarios for the offensive side of the ball, and hopefully my predictions are right. If they are, awesome, I'm a G. If not, well then I look like a dunderhead. So if you guys like this type of content, let me know by hitting that like button, share this video with your friends and foe, and also if you hate this type of content, hit that dislike button. It won't hurt your boy's feelings, well maybe just a little bit. And also if you want to do a tremendously job for your boy by hitting that subscribe button, it helps out with the empire tremendously so I can make more Falcon content for you guys, hopefully on a daily business. So on that note, let's start with number 1. That would be Desmond Ridder winning us 3 fourth quarter comeback wins in 2023. Now, has it been done by any other Atlanta Falcons rookie quarterback? Absolutely. I can name you one top of my head right now. That'd be Matt Ryan back in 2008 when he was playing against the Chicago Bears, where he threw the ball to the sidelines to Michael Jenkins, for 30 plus yards. That allowed us to score, on the field goal. That was 22-20. So absolutely, it has been done. So I give Desmond Ridder doing the same thing in week 2 against the Green Bay Packers, because it will be a little bit tougher, where a lot of people might not think so, but I think the Packers defense is pretty good, and we just don't know about their offense. So that's why I think we're really gonna rely on Desmond Ridder at the final drive of the game. So we come out with a victory because on the last drive for the Falcons, we have 21 points, and then he scores that final drive touchdown to make it 28-24, and that's how we win. And week 8 is so very interesting because I think this will showcase how much Desmond Ridder really wants to win for his coach, Arthur Smith, because Arthur Smith, we all know, previously was the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. He's been there with that organization since 2011. So there's a really, emotional game here for Arthur Smith. He probably won't admit it, but I think so that Desmond Ridder wants to help, Arthur Smith win this game tremendously. And remember, you guys, unfortunately, Desmond Ridder is not going to face their Tennessee Titans offensive side of the ball. He has to face the defense, and the defense is stellar. Regardless how the Tennessee Titans might have decreased it down on their play mobility when it comes to playmakers on that side of the ball, Desmond Ridder does not have the fortune of playing against an average defense. Now, he has to go against probably a top tier 10 defense this season with the Tennessee Titans. So on that note, I think it's going to be a very hard competitive game, because at the very end, when the Tennessee Titans score a touchdown drive, making them having 14 points while we have 10, and then when they kick the ball to us, that gives us the 2-minute warning, and then I think Desmond Ridder will find all of his weapons, maneuver, tactical advantage, anything he can do. Arthur Smith will give him the best plays to march down in Nashville to clinch this incredible touchdown drive that he will give it to Drake London. Because in my scenario, he throws the ball, 4th down, and this time Drake London does not fumble the ball. In fact, he catches it and runs it for a touchdown, and that's how we win in my scenario. So in week 18 against the New Orleans Saints, I have it pretty much where this is a dire game, because this will determine if we'll be, NFC South champions. This will crown us. This will give us to the playoffs, and this will determine who has the best, roster, who has the best season overall for gloating reasons. And then, the Saints have 35 points while we have 31 points. So when Desmond Ridder gets the ball, he does what he has to do. He has to use all of his weaponry, use the running game, use the tight ends, use those, 12 personnel, 11 personnel sets. And then at the very end, I think that Frank Darby will be that guy who catches that reception for a touchdown. And then he's going to dance his way into the end zone, and that's how we're going to win the game on emotional, final second drive where we only have less than 10 seconds left off the clock. And this is all or nothing, and this is how we're going to win it in my scenario. Hopefully, it comes into fruition. So let's talk about prediction number 2, where I think that Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, sorry CP, will both reach over 1,000 rushing yards. Now, it has happened before in NFL history, and we know that especially because we have that same duo in our own division with the Carolina Panthers back in 2009, where they had DeAngelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, and both of them eclipsed over 2,250 yards, while Williams had 1,117 rushing yards and Stewart had 1,133 rushing yards. So they total over 17 touchdowns, where Williams has 7 touchdowns and Stewart had 8 touchdowns. So it can't happen, and I think that Arthur Smith is the right guy to do that again, because remember, we all know that he's a big believer in the run game. It's been proven in Tennessee. It's been proven here as well, where now we are the 3rd-ranked rushing attack. When was the last time the Atlanta Falcons ever had a top 5 rushing attack? I remember back when Michael Vick was still, in the building. So, on that note, I think this is an incredible defeat. I think it's so versatile to have a powerful, potent run game, and it is possible because a lot of times when you use the run game, you wear and tear down the enemy, and like on traditional battlefields, the cavalry was always fierce by the soldiers. When they hear the thumping, when they hear the yelling, it's a scare tactic where they just losing their focus, their morale, and just like on the battlefield previously in historical content, it happens here in NFL historical content where you constantly pound the rock, you constantly move the chains, make sure that you don't give the enemy so much a chance or even a lick to recover their wounds. So this will definitely benefit us, because I don't think Desmond Ridder will throw 4,000 passing yards. Now, it could happen, that'd be awesome, but more likely, it probably won't. So on that case, we know that the Atlanta Falcons will trust this offense by running the ball, because it helps move the chains and it helps run the clock, and it gives us better time and position to win us more games than previously. Now, does it mean it will work all the time? Absolutely not. But you have to have a competent, general. That's Arthur Smith, and I think he will learn from his mistakes from last year. So this year, that won't happen again. So on that note, let's talk about number 3. That will be Desmond Ridder and the Kyle Pitts connection with each other to allow Kyle Pitts to get 10 touchdowns for the Atlanta Falcons. We all like to see Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' relationship when it comes to the tight end and the quarterback position, because we all know that the tight end now is the safety blanket for a lot of quarterbacks when the running backs and the wide receivers can't get open or there's something going wrong with the play, where you see the tight end always be in the middle, or that trust factor no matter what situation that the quarterback's put in, where he just throws the ball and he just trusts in the tight end to make that incredible catch. I think that's what Desmond Ridder and Kyle Pitts will have, that amazing bonding chemistry with each other. And I love the tight end position. That's my favorite position when it comes to the offense side of the ball. So I already love that Kyle Pitts is such a beast, a freak of nature. Remember, he was drafted back in 2021 with the 4th overall pick, and you don't get a guy like that without any type of warrant, because Kyle Pitts is that dangerous, because in his rookie season, we all know he has 68 receptions, 1,026 yards, and only 1 touchdown. But that would change, because Desmond Ridder will be that safety blanket for him, and he just loves Desmond Ridder. He will remember, he was fantastic when Michael Pruitt was on the tracks. He threw it to Michael Pruitt a lot when Desmond Ridder was in those 4 games, and we saw the stats and communication and the incredible escape plays that Desmond Ridder was doing. And so I'm very excited about that. So now we got a couple brand new tight ends to play with, and so Arthur Smith really loves to use the tight end set as well. So this will definitely be a major factor in Desmond Ridder connections, and hopefully it pans out at the end. So if you guys like these type of scenarios, hopefully you guys weren't too bored with it. Hopefully you guys weren't too pissed about it. Hopefully you guys don't think this is stupid and completely nonsense and boring. Hopefully you guys don't think like that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So on that note, if you guys lasted to the very end, thank you guys so much for taking your own personal day and time to watch these type of content. Hopefully you guys enjoy these. That's all I want to do to make you guys happy. So what do Falcons do? Rise up. Until the next episode, show love and peace to the world, and peace.